Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey everybody, thanks for downloading the show. Today is November 11th. A lot of people make a wish when they see 11/11 on a clock. I made a wish when I saw 11/11 on the calendar, and my wish was for today's guest to reply to my text I sent a few months ago. And it came true. You've heard her many times on the podcast. I used to be her podcast editor until she moved on to a hotter editor named Jean-Pierre. You've seen her on Big Brother and X on the Beach. It's the host of the Miscellaneous podcast, Elena Davies.
Quite an intro. It's hard to pick my favorite part, but I will say that the text message thing, you got me.
Well, to be fair, you did have a tragic thumb accident.
You know, I did. I would have posted about it online so that people knew, but I couldn't. So, no, it's funny. It's become a bit on my podcast now where a regular guest of mine, who's my friend, Ashley, comes on the show and she plays text roulette with my phone. We'll just scroll through my 600 plus unread text messages and find the most absurd, out of context things and say them to me. I have to try to guess what it is, who it's from, what it means. And then she gets to reply however she chooses. So the last time we did this on my podcast, the very first text message she read was, "Hey, answer your phone. I'm trying to get into the strip club." Or "I need help getting into the strip club." So it's gotten actually pretty fun. And now my excuse for not responding to people is it's content. I'm working.
There you go. And I got to say, it's one of my favorite parts of your show. I love that you've added that.
It worked out so perfectly. So
before we get too far into the show, I always try to stay away from talking about politics or social issues, but this one's been on my mind a lot lately. What's your opinion on the price of mechanical pencils in today's marketplace? I think they're too high.
Man.
Way too high.
Well, I have a hot take. I think they're too low.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching a TV show the other day. It's called Working Moms.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a Hulu original. The main star of the show is a PR person, and one of their issues that a company was coming to them for was that their cat food wasn't selling. She was like, "It's priced too low." And everyone was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you associate the price with the quality of the item. So a lot of people only want what's best for their pets. So they're going to choose the more expensive pet food based on nothing other than they're making assumptions that it must be better quality." So I feel like, especially after my thumb accident, my hands deserve the very best. So I want the top of the line mechanical pencils.
Well, I do a segment on the show called Question from My Last Guest, where my guest from the last episode asks a question for my guest on this episode without knowing who that person will be. The question can be silly or serious. Elena, are you ready for Question from My Last Guest?
I've never been more ready.
Trời ơi, ai nói cho anh chị biết ai là con ông, ai là con chim vậy?
Can I press 1 for English?
It's worth a shot.
Who told you about the birds and the bees?
First of all, I would like to say that the 11/11 thing does work because look, my wish just came true. Who told me about the birds and the bees? Man, I feel like some pervy 4th grader that I went to school with. I don't think I had a formal introduction to the reproductive system whatsoever. I feel like I heard rumors about it from friends at school.
Well, this is where the podcast is going to earn its explicit rating for the week, so you've all been warned. The last time you were on, we talked about a guy who wrote a masturbation parody about you. His name is Cummy D. I'm going to play a little from one of the songs he made right now.
Elena has 10 pretty toes. She keeps me running out of lotion. Her body erects my pole. She's the house guest I love the most, yeah. She looks so good, I love how she be dressing. Elena Davies gives me an erection. An erection. action, yeah. I'm masturbating. I love Miss Elena Davies. She's not one of Paul's millions. Elena is my reason to bap. Elena's face is so cute. Masturbation, ejaculate now on jizzing. Elena is my reason to bap.
All right. I don't want to get too far into this since we talked about it last time. I'll have a link to your last episode in the show notes if people want to learn more about that. But you found out that he had songs about you on Pornhub, but when you tried to reach out to him, the songs were removed. I have recently talked to Cummy D. He was very happy to hear how much you liked him. And I
love him so much.
He put his songs back up on Pornhub.
What a guy. Like, chivalry is not dead, people. Do you hear this?
Elena?
Yes.
I have more good news for you. Cummy D is on the line with us. Say hello, Cummy D.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, my gosh.
This is the
wow. Dreams are coming true today. Thank you so much, 1111. This is amazing. Cummy D, first of all, I'm obsessed with you. Because you're obsessed with me. I have never respected anyone more. I brag about being on Pornhub constantly. I think it's also why I'm not getting any like real dates right now, but I can't stop talking about it. I think people like judge me right off that, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, I don't want to date a porn star." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand." And then I've already ruined it for myself, but at least now they know I'm on Pornhub. Thanks to you.
I was saying thanks for providing me with the material to create those songs.
You know what? You're welcome.
I also don't think other guys think that they can even come close to your love for Cummy D, so they just don't even bother talking to you.
Yeah, they're like, she's already trapped. I'm not gonna lie though, like, honest moment, I do feel like a psycho girlfriend though, because I know that you've written other songs about other girls, and I'm insanely jealous. Is that normal?
Check this out. You're the first one that I wrote multiple songs about.
Wow.
You're the very first. Everybody else was one and done. But
one and done. I must be something special then.
With you, I had to write multiple ones. You were the first one that I broke my rules and had to write 2 for. Well, actually, I wrote 3 for you, didn't I?
Yeah, I have 3. Wow. Keep up with your own craft, man. I don't want to be too forward, but I do feel like maybe another one should be coming soon, or should I lower my expectations?
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yeah. Another one will be coming soon.
How often do you masturbate to me?
I really did enjoy. I really enjoyed watching you on Big Brother.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
Big Brother After Dark. It was.
Yeah, you got a little underboob shots, didn't you?
Yeah, I got nice visuals. Especially when you wore the purple bikini, purple swimsuit.
Yeah, you like that one a lot.
Yeah, I love that one because I had that on my DVR for a long time.
Oh man, the chlorine in the hot tub in the Big Brother house actually ruined that swimsuit. I mean, it's still hot, but it just looks like somebody kind of came on it, honestly. And there's like white splatter all over it from the chlorine. I don't know, maybe it adds character. Maybe that adds like an element that people enjoy more.
You should take a picture of yourself in that bikini. Send it to me. That'll be the cover art for this episode with Cummy D.
I'm sure. I'm hoping that's Cummy D's phone background. He should be able to Dropbox you that really quick.
Definitely. I will cherish that photo.
Show your grandkids it.
Yep.
I love it. I can't wait to show my grandkids my Pornhub parody song. So I'm in the same boat with you.
Yeah. They deleted me off Pornhub.
No, they did not. Are you kidding? Why? Are my videos still up?
Yeah, they're still up, but I can't. I'm not allowed to post. I'm not allowed to post any more videos. But
why? I feel like there are much more explicit videos being uploaded to that website. Like, you're very much like the G-rated, family-friendly
G-rated, yes.
kind of corner of Pornhub. Honestly.
Yep.
So what did you do? Who'd you piss off?
Well, I don't know. I violated a lot of copyright laws.
So now it's time for you to create a new identity because I need more content written about my big boobies.
Okay, definitely. I'm working on. Well, actually, I created a new one just a couple of weeks ago.
About me?
No, I created a new Pornhub.
Oh, a new Pornhub account. I'm sorry. I try to make everything about myself.
So I can upload the rest of my songs.
Okay, good. I mean, what happens when if you are completely kicked off Pornhub? Do you have to transition over to like RedTube, or is there a market for masturbation parody songs on other porn sites? Can you just do Reddit?
I don't know. Maybe
okay,
Reddit. Maybe, but they sent me an email and said, due to multiple violations, we're getting rid of you, terminating your account. But they left the videos up. So
as long as they leave my videos up, I'm a happy girl.
That was good.
I literally brag about being on Pornhub on my like dating apps. There's a like on Hinge and Bumble, the application gives you a prompt, so it's like conversation starters, and you can pick your prompt. And I have I picked 2 truths and a lie. And so my 2 truths are that my dad brought a Longhorn into my dormitory in college. I am on Pornhub, and that I broke 8 of my toes at the same time. And I haven't gotten any dates. So because people assume that I am not on Pornhub, and they think the Longhorn thing and the toe thing is true, and then I quickly correct them, and then they unmatch me. I don't get it.
I don't know what's up with people. Do they not see you? Do they see what you look like?
Yeah, they do, but apparently they want like, you know, a girl who's not like, they don't want to introduce me to their mom and then her Google me and see me on Pornhub. But I think it's like I wear it like a badge of honor.
You're the first person that I've known when I've heard about this shit. I really like the song.
Have you spoken to any other people that you've written songs about, and have they expressed gratitude or disgust? Like, what's been the range of emotion there?
Usually it's nothing. I get nothing in return, but I did have a couple of porn stars. They appreciated it.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, good. That seems like right up their alley.
Yeah, definitely. Can I mention them? I mean,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for it.
It was Avi Love. They're fairly new. Avi Love and Violet Myers. They're like brand new porn stars.
They don't have anything on me, right? Like I'm still your number one girl.
Yeah, you like number one. You have all the songs done.
Okay. That's all I need in life, baby. I'm happy. I've peaked. It's all downhill from here. That's why you got to keep writing more songs about me.
I will, but don't get jealous of. I've written one for Ashley Albin. But they don't know YouTube. Ashley Albin, she's another one that a sex worker, you know. She's put out a couple of videos. As
long as I'm your number one, I'm going to try to refrain from all of my jealousy adjacent feelings and just focus on being your number one girl and appreciate the work that you have done with me and for me.
Okay, definitely. I'm glad that you appreciate it. I will make more songs.
I love
more
it.
Songs in the work.
I love it. I'm holding you to it. You're saying this publicly, so I better get a new song, man.
You'll have to let us know when they're up, too.
Okay, I definitely will.
Yeah, I follow you on Twitter, so slide in my DMs. Let me know whenever my new song is fresh, available, ready to, please my ear holes, because I need something to look forward to.
Yeah, I promise to be good to your ear hole. I will definitely do that.
Well, I promise to be good to your eye holes then.
Oh, okay, good. I don't have an Instagram account, but
you can still Google me, right? You can still type in my Instagram and see my thirst trap photos if you need inspiration.
Okay.
This is the best thing in the world. I love you.
Tell you, it is No Nut November. So
no, that can't be a thing.
It is a thing.
Are you participating?
Yes, I'm participating for the first time.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that I'm not participating in that. I don't care if it's for charity. I'll do something different. I'll buy a homeless man a warm meal.
Yeah, I decided to try it out in November.
All right. Well, I'm curious. I'd be curious to know how you progress there. Tweet about it.
It's very difficult,
I bet. Yeah. How does that affect your work? Like, how can you create new content if you can't jack off? That sucks.
That's the thing. I haven't created anything.
Yeah, and you need that post-nut clarity to really create.
I busted out some, in October, at the end of October. But
okay,
December,
smart. December, you're gonna get it.
Definitely.
It's gonna be lit.
3 songs a day.
Like 5, they call it. They say when December hits, you destroy your dick December. So, you just gonna.
Yeah, you're coming off of that hiatus.
Yeah. That's only if I survive,
I'm rooting for you, Cummy D.
In the middle of the month. I don't know.
I'm rooting for you.
Well, Cummy D, we have to let you go, but if the two of you would like to go on another date, we'll pay for it.
Hey.
Hey, that sounds good to
when
me.
you're in Texas, you hit me up.
Okay.
I'll hang out with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah, man.
Have a good day, Cummy.
Hey, Jason,
we love you, Cummy D.
Thanks for hooking this up. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you on, man.
I'm glad I got a chance to speak to you, Elena, as well.
Oh my gosh, I'm so flattered, honored, humbled, blessed. I feel all the emotions. I'm obsessed with you. Thank you for the work that you've done. You're an angel.
Okay, I'll definitely let y'all know when I put up the new songs.
Hey, real quick, where can people follow you online on YouTube, social media, all that stuff?
Pornhub.
Yeah, Pornhub. You can just type in songs by Cummy D. And since I don't have a channel anymore, my new channel is called Cummy D Music.
All right.
Okay.
And on Twitter, it's at Cummy D.
And you're CUMMYDEE, right?
CUMMYDE. That's correct. And same things on YouTube. Those are all my social media accounts.
Make sure you follow him there, guys. It was great having you on, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
You too.
All right, bye.
Oh my gosh. Dreams do come true, people. Don't give up. Keep living. That was the best thing in the world. You're my hero.
I've been waiting for that for so long.
I'm so happy.
I'm sorry.
I know he kind of like unsure about speaking out publicly.
I think what really happened was he had a prior commitment. He had to teach Vacation Bible School that week. And this was just the closest we could get to his schedule.
Oh, God. That was funny. Oh, my gosh. Because he tries to remain like a little bit anonymous. Like none of his photos are up. We obviously can walk with confidence in believing that his real name isn't Cummy. Yeah. And he uses like little memojis for his avatars on everything. Mm-hmm. And then he auto-tunes his voice when he sings.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because he doesn't sound like that in the song. Not
at all. I like genuinely, when I first heard the songs, I thought he was someone from like very foreign. Oh my gosh, what a miracle.
I kind of wondered if he was just somebody from your past at first till I saw all the other songs. He just never got over you. He was somebody that was in biology class with you.
Oh, that would have been an interesting plot twist. And they honestly, if it was someone from my past, they actually would have been teaching Vacation Bible School and doing this on the side, 100%. So it all adds up. But, gosh, that was so amazing. I love him so much. I genuinely do want to meet him in real life. I feel like I want to get his address. I want to like send him like a fruit basket or something to show my gratitude. I don't think that conversation really expressed how much I love and adore Cummy D.
He was a great guest. I'm glad he came on.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me and for making all my wildest dreams come true.
Well, it's been great having you on. Do you have anything you want to plug before you go?
I mean, yeah, just follow me, man. Listen to my podcast. It's pretty funny. At least 40% of the time. Yeah, I'm at Elena Davies on Instagram and everywhere else. I don't have a Pornhub account, but you can find me there by searching my name. And everything podcast related there are links in my bio on Instagram.
And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, mainly because Elena's on it, make sure you subscribe to this podcast because Elena will be back. And next year, her mom, Eugenia, will be on too.
God, my mom hasn't stopped talking about this opportunity. She's so excited.
All right, Elena, thanks. Well, real quick, one last question. How many fingers you got on those hands? 5 each, standard issue?
Yeah, standard issue hands.
Very sexy, Elena. Thanks again. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to play a song that listener John the Songman wrote for Cummy D. This is Cummy D's first song by a fan of his.
Whoa!
But first...
Full circle, people. That's awesome.
But first, Elena Davies is returning to TV. Here's a sneak peek.
December 3rd at 9 p.m. on MTV. Christmas comes early as Elena Davies returns to the beach. This time she won't see an ex, but she will see some familiar faces on the hit new reality show, Tex on the Beach. Tech nerds who are Elena's podcast editors from the past and present will be under on roof vying for her audio adoration. Tex on the Beach every Tuesday in December at 9 p.m.
I'm back, beaches!
Only on MTV.
My name's Cummy D, and I cannot wait to go to the lake by the gate while we go on a date, because I heard we're going to be hanging out by a crate while we get ready to masturbate.
This is Elena's mom, Eugenia. You're listening to We Don't Have Cookies, and you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail.
I am back, and joining me as always is the podcast's official weatherman, Frankie MacDonald, to tell you this week's weather. Frankie, what will the weather be like starting on Monday?
It's going to be lots of rain and snow on the eastern United States and interior eastern United States, more forest fires and wildfires in western United States.
And what will the weather be like in places like Australia and the UK?
That means Australia's getting hotter, UK's going to get more rain and things like that. It's going to be tropical cyclone in Bangladesh, tropical cyclone that will just hit Bangladesh.
Oh, wow. What can people do to be prepared for a cyclone?
It means batten down your hatches and make sure you have your flashlights, candles, everything ready.
A lot of people really liked hearing you sing on the last episode. Do you sing a lot?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What?
There's an asteroid, 2001 double Ed 5 headed towards planet Earth on June 26, 2019.
Whoa. What can we expect from that?
And then make sure you have your telescopes and binoculars ready.
Okay. And you said you like to sing. What kind of songs do you like to sing?
Peaches.
Well, do you have anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Frankie MacDonald action figures on Amazon, and my bobbleheads on National Bobbleheads Hall of Fame.
All right, Frankie, it was great to have you on this week. I hope to have you back next week.
I'm Frankie MacDonald. We don't have cookies.
If you go to Amazon to buy Frankie's things, please go to WeDon'tHaveCookies.com first. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click that Amazon button at the bottom. It'll take you straight to Amazon, and anything you buy will still be the same price, but a small portion will go to me. Save it in your browser's bookmarks. That way you always have it right there. Most people probably use that, but I'd really appreciate it if you would use that. Like I said, the prices stay the same. I won't see any of your info, and it'll help me out. I also updated the website last week. Same vibes, but I didn't realize that it looked off on mobile devices, and that's all taken care of now. So go to WeDon'tHaveCookies.com, check it out, let me know what you think. It's been a while since I talked about my next topic on the podcast, and to be honest, I liked it that way, but some weird things have been going on around my house again. Earlier last week, I was laying in bed, I was by myself watching TV, my cat was at my feet, I had a lamp on both sides of the bed, and while I was watching TV, the one to my left went out. Didn't think too much about it, just kept watching TV. When I got up, I went over to it, it has a dimmer on it, and I moved the dial, but it didn't do anything. And I thought maybe the bulb blew, but I looked behind the dresser and I realized that it had come unplugged. But nobody was there. So I have no idea how that was even possible. where it's plugged in has just enough room for the plug to get into the outlet behind the dresser. As a matter of fact, when I plugged it in, I then moved the dresser in front of it. It's a little small one. So there's no way you could get behind that to really unplug it, as far as accidentally anyway. My cat can't get back there or anything like that. My wife and my kids, they're not pranksters. But the next day, maybe the day after that, my kid was in the bathroom messing with her hair or something while she was on the phone with one of her friends, and she started yelling, saying the lights were flickering, and I really just thought that she was doing it to get attention and just trying to be funny or something, and since she was talking to her friend, and honestly, I was kind of more annoyed than anything. But that night, I got up in the middle of the night, and I realized the power was out, but only in certain places. Just like what happened in April, I did an episode about it. I'll have a link to that in the show notes. I looked at my phone. It was 3 a.m. I went back to sleep, and when I woke up, everything was fine. Nobody else knew that the power went out until they got up and saw the clock on the oven was flashing. The next day, I was in my living room watching TV. My wife and daughter were upstairs watching TV. My wife yells for me and says the power went out. Where I was sitting, everything looked just fine, and when I got up, I noticed that the power was out in other areas, just not mine. So I got my flashlight, I went to the cellar to check the fuse box. I had my wife call me, so if somebody was down there, she would know right away, and she could call the police. I open up the cellar door, I look down the stairs, and start to go down, but then my phone dropped a call, which is almost impossible because around the house we have our phones set to Wi-Fi calling and the router was still on. So I stop and I go back inside and I ask my wife if she hung up. She said no, and as soon as she said that, the lights came back on. So the timing on both of those things, which happened one right after another, was very odd. But when the lights came back on, she looked at the clock on the oven, and usually when the power goes out, when it comes back on, digital clocks flash 12, 2 dots, 0, and a 0, right? She grabs my arm and says, "Jay, look at the clock." Remember, it just come back on seconds ago, and it said 12:03. So I was already feeling weird about the timing of the call and the power coming back on, but when the clock came back on and it was 3 minutes ahead of where it should be, I knew something wasn't right. So we go into my living room, we're talking, and I kept wondering what was the significance of the 3. Then it hit me in April when I had the paranormal investigators over. They found an EVP, which stands for electronic voice phenomenon. I didn't think much about it at the time, but I did play it on the show that I referenced a little bit ago. Like I said, I'll have that in the show notes. In case you don't remember, which I can't imagine you would, it's been 6 months, here is what it said.
How long have you been here?
So as you just heard, the person asks, "How long have you been here?" And you can hear a voice saying 3. We were all in the same room when that was recorded. Nobody in the room said that. I didn't know what it meant then. To be honest, I still really don't know what it means now. But I think there is a connection. I have absolutely no idea what that connection could possibly be. But I'm going to try to figure it out, and I'll keep you guys posted. Shout outs to listeners Lone Wolf GAM on Twitter and Instagram for always liking and retweeting the shows. Shout out to Jake Hudson and Jason Lampro, and to Chris Doyle for the shout out on his podcast, What You Drinkin'. I was also on Harry Barnett's YouTube show called I Don't Even Like Podcasts Talking Wrestling. Go check that out. And now it is time for this week's Strange Days. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, Monday, November 11th, is Origami Day. So get you some paper and do some origami with your mommy. Tuesday is Happy Hour Day, which is a day I think we can all get behind. Hopefully restaurants and bars do too. All day happy hour sounds amazing. Wednesday is World Kindness Day, so remember to kiss the ground and hug some trees. Thursday is Spicy Guacamole Day. Everybody loves guacamole. I just can't get into it. I've tried it many times, just not my thing. Friday is clean out your refrigerator day, which is the perfect day to have after spicy guacamole day because that stuff turns brown and really gross really fast. Saturday is fast food day, which is something I celebrate multiple times a week. And Sunday is take a hike day. I'm going to take a hike right now. Thanks for listening, and please tell your friends about the show. I'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
Back down your hatchet.